Yeah, well, I think this is about enough editing for me today.
Welcome to hell.
I'm going to look back at the recording. This is likely going to be audio, and I will put something else up because the lag has been tremendous. Okay, so 1, 2, 3.
Peggy 16.
It's not a horse, right? What is this creature that's not
It's
a
a-
horse?
It's a yak.
It's like a fantasy thing. It's
It's a yak. Okay.
got like goat eyes and yak horns and
The Tarnished
who knows.
will soon return.
As you guys know, my wife is kind of a horse aficionado,
Guided
and
by
she was
grace.
very unimpressed with this horse in this
Once.
trailer. So 0 horse points for the Elden Ring trailer.
The
Look at this mule.
is broken to its core.
It has got cow horns, hasn't it?
It's got horns and it's got the ears
Yeah.
on the side, and it's got a smaller like muzzle, whatever you call that snout.
Foul Tarnished.
That is definitely a cow pony.
Yeah.
Of the Elden Ring. Emboldened by the flame of ambition.
Did you guys expect this to look so much like Dark Souls?
Extinguish thy flame.
This is a Dark Souls. Look at it.
Yeah, it's a Dark Souls. Like, I'm not saying anything bad about the game, and like not taking anything away from it. It's just I was really surprised by how Soulsy it looked compared to something like even Bloodborne or Sekiro.
I like that like ding noise with that cube. It sounds like he's like checking out.
Yeah, it's the loot box of Elden Ring.
Best. Look at that. Oh god, I love the lightning thing so much.
To be born.
Oh, the lightning thing is so sick.
Oh, it's so gnarly.
A lowly Tarnished. Playing as a lord. I command thee now.
You've ruined the Burger Kings for me, you know that, right?
Yeah, I love it so much.
I can't be scared of them.
Brandish the Elden Ring. For all of us.
Boom. 21st of January.
Look at that boy.
Looks so great.
All right. All right, there you have it. This is 196 days until Elden Ring comes out. Ooh. And I am joined today with 2 special guests, Paddy Stardust and Jeremy Greer. And we are here to, I don't know, dork out about Elden Ring for a little while. I brought you guys on because you got some. I need a Dark Souls boomer and I need a Dark Souls 2 defender because that'll just make for the most popular content.
Am I the boomer?
I shout out to the person who called me. No, someone when I guested on this podcast last time, somebody in the comments called me a Dark Souls boomer, and I think I'm still named that on various channels on Discord. So shout outs for my new name for that commenter because it floored me. I was Dark Souls boomer on Twitter for like months after that.
Oh, I wondered about that. I wish I'd known. Oh, apparently someone in the comments called me a typical Dark Souls parent who just wants it to be easy so he can beat it in 5 minutes.
Yes, Paddy.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Yep, that sounds right.
when I think of Paddy, I
I'm
think
busy.
of doing easy versions of the Souls games.
Yeah, I have like no time to spend just playing them over and over again with ridiculous challenges on top. No.
Yeah.
These children's toys you see in the background are just for decoration. I have all the time in the world.
Wait a minute. Paddy, don't you have a YouTube channel where you do weird stuff in Dragon's Dogma?
No, that's the other guy.
But yeah, so after you guys saw this trailer, we finally saw some Elden Ring gameplay. How are you feeling about it right now in general? Are you hyped for it coming out in January? Where are you standing with it?
Watching the trailer got me extremely excited about the game. It coming out in January was a huge surprise. Like, I really couldn't believe that we were going to get it that soon, or that we are going to get it that soon. It's seeing the gameplay. Like, the gameplay trailer was just filled with everything. Like, we saw so much. It was almost too much, to be honest with you. Like, I usually watch like the first trailer and then maybe a little bit of gameplay, and then I try to shut everything down. And after seeing this, I'm just like, I don't want to see anything else about Elden Ring besides this trailer. And then after that, I will just play the game, and I'm hugely excited for it. I probably sounded dismissive when I said, doesn't it look like Dark Souls? But I was just really surprised that it looks so much like Dark Souls. Like, I was really shocked, and I don't think that's a bad thing at all. Like, they've been making games that look like Dark Souls for over a decade now, so
Yeah.
I don't think that that's a negative thing. I just was really shocked. What about you, Pat? Are you hype? Are you pre-ordering it?
I wasn't hyped like before. I think the all that stuff that appeared, the leaked footage that appeared. I think I was due to come on and chat on here like a few days. Like that was revealed. I was like, oh yeah, I'll come on in next week, no problem. And I was all ready to like debase Elden Ring as not real for the entire thing. And then all this footage came out 2 days before and ruined all of my plans. I was going to write a song and everything, and that didn't work because it ruined it. Damn leaked footage. But I was kind of really excited. I really liked the way where it was placed on GF's Summer Game Fest show, because we all kind of knew it was coming. Even if some of us knew it was coming, but like we all felt it was coming, and they were joking about it during the show, like, "Oh, it's coming," and they built it to such a hype level that when it finally dropped, again, I was like, "Here we go! It's time! I'm excited somehow." And I've gone from no Elden Ring hype to Elden Ring, like in 2 minutes 58 seconds. Like Jeremy said, I agree. It showed off like loads of stuff. Loads of weapons, loads of places, loads of people, loads of things, loads of different animations that the main guy can do, and a horse pony thing. Like, yeah, that looks like something I want to get my hands on and play. I haven't had like the sort of visceral no thanks that I got when I watched Sekiro trailers, which I still haven't played because I still think, don't think that one's for me. This one looks like it's more in my wheelhouse, which I'm very, very happy about.
Don't forget our pot friends, Pad.
Oh, is this the promise? Is this where I'm going to reiterate it on camera for everybody, for all to see?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'll triple down on this. I've tweeted it. I've talked about it in loads of places now. I'm going to quadruple down on this. Whatever Elden Ring's level 1 run looks like is what I'm going to try and do first. Leveling up is for nerds.
That's insanity.
It's for cowards and nerds.
That's bad. That's a bad plan, Pad.
It's a good plan, because I'll
bad
be
plan.
much better at it when I finish, and then I'll just blitz it in 5 minutes.
It's funny watching that trailer. When I saw the guy with all the arms, I was like, and there's so many people with too many arms, and I just think you're signing Laura up for some real torture. For those who haven't checked out Paddy's stuff, check it out. But Laura is classically against people made out of people, and Elden Ring seems like people made out of people. The game.
The video game.
I will
absolutely.
say-
Yeah, there's too many arms. It's Dark Souls, too many
I
arms.
will say, she appreciates that it's not made of people, that it's made of bits of people. I think, I don't know what the breakpoint is there for her, but she doesn't hate it as much as she hates, like, the Rotten or the One Reborn or Nito. It's not a dead guy made of 1,000 dead guys. It's a regular guy made of the bits of a few regular guys. That seems to be okay for her, which, fine. Yeah, fine.
This has come up with me and Autumn. We're rewatching Hannibal right now, and you know Hannibal is a pretty gruesome, like graphic, gory show, and they show a lot of killing, a lot of death, and like she's totally fine with it as long as the person is dead first. As long as you can do anything you want to a corpse, and that chick is just like drinking wine, having a great time. The moment that it's an alive person, she's like, "Gotta look at my phone for a while," just turns away from the screen. which I find very
It's
funny.
not a person anymore. It's just meat. Do you look away at the butchers? No.
It's just
Just
meat.
meat at that point.
Yeah. So I think one reason I also wanted to bring you guys on is I'm not sure about you, Paddy, but I know for Jeremy, this is about the end for you because I agreed with a statement you made earlier that this feels somehow like, as far as like information, like 1.5 trailers. Like it is a meaty trailer. There's a lot of images, and so you're
Absolutely.
you're going dark after this, right? You're like, or maybe a little bit of gameplay or something. But like, what's your path forward for you guys?
I want to see, like they usually do, like the first 10 minutes of, like
Mhm.
right around the time the game starts getting close to release.
Yeah.
And I'll probably check some of that out because I'm curious about the UI and
Yeah.
things like that. And I definitely want to know more information. Like they've done big text dumps, and of course Miyazaki did interviews. Famously, George R. R. Martin called it the sequel to Dark Souls, which I thought was very
Trolled.
funny. But like more information as far as mechanics and like summoning and stuff like that, I'd be into knowing about. But I probably won't watch another trailer.
Yeah.
I think any other additional trailer past this would be just too much footage for me.
Mhm.
I don't need to read anything on the website that's about the lore. Like they've been surprisingly kind of open with that stuff, considering like the game's still 6 months away or 196 days away, and so now I'll be happy. So I'm gonna go mostly dark to answer your question. Like I'll watch a little bit of some actual gameplay to see a UI, and then I'll probably just not watch anything else if I can help it.
I am in the exact same boat. I think I want to see those crunchy menus. I want to see what the health bar looks like, if it's red or green. It's important. I'd like to see. But yeah, mechanics interest me a lot more than world at this point. Like world is something you discover like naturally, and I don't want to have any of that spoiled. I want to know like how does is dual wielding a thing? Is power stance coming back? Can you be a magic person and a sword person at the same time, or are you kind of more focused down a build? I want to know things about like. Again, it's probably getting too into it for this level, but I want to know things like how would you level up a sword? Do you level up a sword? Little things like that kind of like you think about when you compare the games. Like, oh, how do you do your upgrades in this game? How do you deal with builds? Like, is it going to be like Bloodborne where there's like 20 weapons and that's kind of your build? You pick one and that's the one you do, or is it going to be a bit more like Dark Souls 2, the best one? And can you kind of just build however you want? Like, I want to be a lightning spear boy who also has a hammer and uses a shield as a main weapon. Remember that? I want to have like I want to sort of know how things plug together mechanically, but not necessarily where you take them. If that makes sense. I want to know about the car. I don't want to know about the journey.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, and it's interesting.
That was a weird thing to say, wasn't it?
I thought it was pretty good, but I think it's kind of interesting because there's like a lot of there is a lot of Dark Souls 3 like weapon skills that people have pointed out, like a lot of like the dash that we see in the trailer, and there's also like the backflip and then the bow dodge. Like those are all like Dark Souls 3 weapon arts. So it's got a lot of Dark Souls 3 there, but then also there is a shot where the character is holding two swords and they're different swords. So it's unclear at this point, can you hold different weapons? Like we sort of know that you can slot weapon skills in and sort of you get to make a choice with like, it seems like they're tackling weapon arts and making it a little bit more customizable. But there is still a lot of like questions that are unknown. Like apparently you can level up your summons and similar to weapons, but what does any of that mean without knowing how you level up? Like, is it just like the, +1 through 5 or whatever? Or are they tackling something new? Because, it's what Jeremy was saying about like, it looks like Dark Souls. It's one thing. And as Jeremy was saying, like, I'm fine with that looking like Dark Souls because it's a action fantasy, RPG. It's going to look kind of similar using the same engine. But one thing that I do hope is they introduce some new mechanics. We really don't know too much beyond like the summons yet and all the stuff with the mount, which is like a great start and we'll definitely mix it up. But then if it's just like Dark Souls 3 after that, like with some new weapon art stuff, like I would like a little bit more of a mix up than just that, what we know so far. So I'm also pretty curious to see how different that is.
I want to see how the stealth works. That is probably the only thing I think I'd watch like a little couple of minute video on. I want to see how that has been expressed, how that actually operates. Because if just crouch behind and do a stab, that's not super interesting to me. I want to see like, is hiding going to be a thing? Can you become pot?
Yeah.
Maybe you were the pot boy the whole time. Maybe that's a spell. You can become pot.
Go on, go on. I like this. I like this.
That's all I had.
Keep going.
But I mean, I think we've reached the
Continue.
peak of that there. Like, that's the best it could be. I've become pot. I am now pot. I want to see like how that kind of like how the stealth aspect, because that is new, and I don't think we've seen that outside of maybe this Sekiro's got a bit of stealth in it, hasn't it? There's got a bit of crouching in bushes.
Quite a bit. Yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah, but I want to see how they equate that to a swords and shields and armor guy
Yeah, definitely. Like
sneaking up on the sneaking.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's interesting too because a few people have noted that like it seems that all the armors do look to be kind of lighter looking. Like you're not seeing too many like big chunky boys yet. And people are wondering if that is because there's stuff like stealth, so there might be, they might not want to have like Havels sneaking around even if they implement some sort of sound system where your heavier armor is louder. But then there's also jumping attacks. So it does seem like they're trying to make you a bit more actiony. And Miyazaki has also stated that stamina isn't going to be quite as strict as I think even Dark Souls 3. And if it's less strict than Dark Souls 3, then stamina it's like, what are you even doing? How many times can I roll in a row?
Infinite stamina.
Why have it?
Yeah.
That was the thing that I took away from the Miyazaki interviews is like there being a jump button, like being able to jump at any time, and when he specifically talked about like the breadth of builds and things, like how different weapons, different magic, different skills, their desire to create kind of a quote unquote open world, but still have the thing that draws players through it in a way that makes sense, but also kind of allowing the players to go wherever they want to. And I'm really curious how they're going to kind of make those things happen at the same time. Like Dark Souls 1 is often called like a Metrovania, it's because like, oh, I need the key to get here. But for me, like Metrovania is like, oh, I have this ability, and now I can get here, right? Like that's what I want to see, and that's what I want to see. I want to be able to like, oh, how is it different if I go get my double jump burst versus my attacky sword or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like I want to kind of see those different things, but also like just the idea that there being a huge breadth of builds is super exciting to me. Like that's the thing that I liked about these games so much is like, hey, I can turn it on, I can start a new thing. And I can continue to be like I can just be a magic dude, and I can make ridiculous, stupid builds that nobody else will do. As you guys, if anybody who see my YouTube videos know that I like to do. So those are the things that appeal to me the most. And also, like I'm kind of with Pad, just like what mechanical differences, like how is stealth going to work? How is jumping going to work in combat? We see in some of the boss fights where you're literally jumping over like sword attacks and things, and that's super exciting. Like that makes this way more of an action as opposed to an action RPG game. So I'm very curious how all that stuff is going to be tied together.
Yeah, definitely. And I thought it was an interesting, because so they've confirmed that there will be like invasions and co-op. And one thing that I thought was interesting that has come up recently is, so you still can like co-op, and they're sort of with the summons. And then with friends, they're going to implement the password system. But one thing I thought was funny is they still will boot you out after you beat a boss, which I thought was a funny decision because it's clearly a decision by them. Because Miyazaki said like, oh, it's nice to give players a break. But I'm like, they're making it so much easier to get friends in. Like, just let me play with my friends throughout. Like, just let me spend a few hours. Like, no one has ever enjoyed the idea of having to go summon again after, especially because in Elden Ring, it seems like you can only summon around like these like potential like obelisks that you see in the trailer. So it's not even going to be everywhere in the world because that would be kind of a problem too. But like, do I have to go to the next obelisk and be like, oh, I'll go meet you at the next obelisk after I beat this boss? Like, it would just be nice if they could give like I want to do like a co-op speed run. Like, I think it's a bummer that they're not doing more with just letting you play together unrestricted.
I agree. Yeah.
Agreed.
Like I think
We need to do Soul Level 1 challenge
Yeah.
runs, co-op runs.
Soul Level 1 times
That'd be
3.
great.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Like, I always found it odd that they punt you out every single time, and I think it's one of the few things that it's gotten wrong in the past is that yes, I'm playing with my friend. I want to keep playing with my friend. It's a bummer having to do the boss again, even though we just kind of did it one time.
Yeah.
Now I've got to do it again. Yeah, there's like, oh, it's my world and it's your world, but at this point there should be some sort of shared. You've both done it, so it's done in your world. Like Destiny, for example. Let's pick one out of there. If you do a thing in your world, you've both done it.
Yeah.
And it's done and it's finished and you're on equal footing and there's not like this,
Yes.
I'm the host and I'm the summon. It's just you're playing together. It's an open world game. You're just playing together in the same place and you're progressing the same. That may cause problems if you've done stuff the other person hasn't done, I guess. But yeah, I don't see why it has to boot you out when you finish a boss fight. It's always seemed a bit like, cool, thanks. See you in 5 minutes when we go back to the start and do it again.
Put your sign down by the obelisk. No, the other obelisk. No. The one to the left of my left of the
Have
obelisk.
you got matchmaking on? What's it set to? Yeah. What's your password? With a capital R.
Yeah, it's
Wait, what's your soul memory?
it's an interesting conceit how they took away horses. Like, you can't ride your mount around. I was hoping for some jousting, but I can understand how, especially with like invasions, how it would be terrible in an open world to be an invader trying to chase down someone and just having them like ride away, and you're just spending 20 minutes trying to catch up to them because it's an open world game.
Yeah, like invasion happens.
That's
you get the
okay.
notification.
Like, just give me a trap so that I can trip the
Yeah.
horse. That's all I
You see a
want.
little red dot in the distance, and you get on your horse, and you turn the exact opposite way to the red dot, and you ride like hell until the red dot is gone.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
I did want some jousting though. I thought that'd be really fun.
Yeah.
Sean, did they actually confirm invasions? Because on the last like website dump that I read, I didn't think they had confirmed that. So I'm glad to hear that
Yeah.
they've actually confirmed invasions, if that's true.
So they confirmed it on it's like a German interview, because there was a few different language ones. So as it got translated, there was one where they asked about invasions. They said they're still sort of working on some stuff, but they're actually trying to put in a system, and I don't know exactly what this means, where you can detect an invader a little bit easier. They're trying to make it a little less annoying for both sides to do invasions. So it sounds like they're still working on it, but it's supposed to be there.
The whole purpose of invading should be that you're absolutely annoying as possible. That should be the whole purpose.
And as the invaded, I welcome this change.
Well, it's funny now, because if you're getting invaded, you could just pop a couple NPCs if you're close to one of those obelisks. So it'll be interesting for an invader, because it seems like you're less likely to ever really be alone, because they also confirmed that, they may have some other restriction in place, but it doesn't sound like it's going to require an item anymore, like a finite item to summon. So it's something that you can just kind of do.
That's a really significant change, and I don't know that and I know a lot of these things can change in the last minutes before the
Yeah.
game releases or whatever, but like having that finite item to summon, I think is actually part of the game to me. Like, it's just kind of nice, like using insight or humanity in the Souls games or whatever, like having that kind of economy around that I thought was always really interesting. Like, oh, you can't, like I forgot about this the other day until me and Pad were trying to hook up in Dark Souls 1 Remastered on PS4, and I was trying to invade him and realized I needed to be human to invade him, and I didn't have any humanity left. And I was like, well, that's a really good thing. Like, that makes prevent me from being able to invade Pad
Although
right
I
now.
will say, I think at this point, like we've all played like 7 of these games at this point. Like, I think I'm done with farming items. Hey, being in the middle of BL4 Blood Level 4 run before we found out about that wonderful dungeon. My God, like I am so over farming stuff now. Just let me play the video game. I can't be bothered. Let me find the stuff somewhere nice and easy. Just give me the stuff I need. I don't mind if you make it more difficult because of that, but just let me have the stuff. I'm a gamer dad who has no time. I don't want to spend my entire night farming Titanite shards to make my sword a little bit stronger. Like, just let me get to the fun part. Like, let me in. I think taking away like armor upgrading from Bloodborne onwards, wonderful, because it's one less thing to worry about. And when you find a new thing that's better, you're like, oh, I'm just going to switch to that. You haven't got to worry that, well, I'm now 5 levels deep in that, but what does that mean? If I level that next one up, will it be better? Will it be worse? That's one of the few things about the game that's always annoyed me with like weaponry. Like, you pick up your starting sword and you level it up, and then you find a really cool sword, but you've got to then go back and farm some stuff to make the cool sword better, and then you think, well, actually, I don't really like this sword anymore. Like, this isn't as good, so you've just wasted another 7 hours. But gamer dad does not have time. Just let me play your video game.
It's interesting because like I think part of the appeal of Demon Souls and Dark Souls and the reason that these games took off so much was the inscrutability. It was like that thing that everybody talks about, which is that playground aspect of we don't know what we're doing, we don't know what any of these systems are, we don't, I can bring people into my world and then they disappear for random reasons. I don't know how any of this stuff works. Like I'm still got to figure everything out. And then you fast forward like a decade later, and you get three guys who love these games going like, actually, if you could just make it so we could just stay in the same party the entire time, like that would be great. And I think that it shows that these games appeal in different ways now, and I think that there's room for inscrutable video games. I kind of don't want Elden Ring to be that inscrutable. I want there to be weird stuff in it, but I want it to be pretty clear about its systems. I don't want to have to try to like have a spreadsheet for an upgrade system like in Demon Souls. I don't want to have to like spend an inordinate amount of my time trying to figure out what to do with Dependent. Like I don't want to be trolled like that again, okay?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I don't know, like it's weird. I still want them to make weird inscrutable video games, but I kind of like, because they're going to be so big, because they're already so huge, which Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1 they weren't guaranteed to be as big or as popular as they are. In fact, everybody knows the story about Demon Souls, about how it significantly was not that popular when it came out. I don't know, like the push and pull on that is really interesting to me, because at the same time that I want all of the ease of use, just make my life easier stuff, we lose the how do I figure this stuff out at the same time. And I'm not a gamer dad. I'm just old enough to be a gamer dad. But like at the same time, I don't have a lot of time to play video games. So I don't know. Like I go back and forth on that all the time. Like maybe I want to try to figure out what karmic justice is, but also I just kind of want you to hand me a book that has what karmic justice is, so I don't have to spend hours doing it on my own. Like I'm really confused about that.
Yeah. To your point about the playing, it's interesting because I think there's a bit of a weird idea between the Souls games have never had classes, and they've given you flexibility to sort of play around with your build and not be like stuck into something. And on the other hand, I'm sort of with you in that after playing so many of these games, I really don't want to have to do a whole new build just to try out a new weapon that I get at the end of the game. Like I would love more flexibility, and those two on one hand are at odds with each other. And I do wonder if that's something where, maybe they can get rid of some of the opacity and mechanics and some of that tension and just lean into the freedom and to just let you explore. Because I think there's something fun about just being able to explore at your own level, because I think that's part of the fun of the discovery of these opaque mechanics, is that you're learning something and that you're taking it in and you're discovering. But instead of making it hard for me to understand and give me that friction, maybe just let it be something where I can just roll and I can respec and change and have a more fluid character, but at the same time figure out when to make me like lean into a decision. Like one thing I was wondering about, and sort of to Bloodborne, is like, would you guys be interested in like a gem system? Not like necessarily a chalice system, which I think is one of the annoying parts of the gems, is having to, find the good ones. But if there was something where you could socket in like upgrades that you could actually move to weapons, I feel like it would give you some level of character progress where you could actually, here, I'll switch this to a new weapon and just let you play with builds. Because that's sort of where I've been at, and sort of curious what you guys think is just this, like, how much freedom and fluidity do you want with your character, and where do you want it to sort of put its foot down for you?
My solution on weapons upgrades has always been to let me upgrade the slot and not the weapon. Mm-hmm. So let me plus 10 my first right hand slot, and every weapon that I put in that slot will get a plus 10 bonus. And like my second slot may only be plus 8 because I haven't found enough chunks yet or whatever. But I should be able to upgrade the slots, not the weapons, so that anytime I find a new weapon that I can equip, I can just put it in there and it's going to be as strong as the weapon that I just replaced. Mm-hmm. I think that would also work for armor and for shields, and I think it takes away a lot of the, like, oh, I've got to go find 27 chunks of blue whatever the hell, but so that I can upgrade it so that I am magic resist, whatever all that stuff is. Like, a lot of it just feels like busy work, and I think if you just like let me upgrade my character more so than this individual piece, it would work a lot better for me. I don't know what you guys think about that. There.
Yeah.
But I would like that more than gyms.
Fully, yep, 100%. Like flexibility, build variety, being able to just pick and just like, oh, I found a cool thing, can't use it. Like, no, let me use it. Like, especially again, this used to frustrate me with Bloodborne. Is that like I played like a Dex character on my first run. I used the threaded cane. Then I picked up the Blades of Mercy. I was like, oh, these look really cool, but it's going to take me to find all the chunks. All the stars. That one's find all the twin shards, and that one's find all the chunks. But then it's never going to be +10 because I've only got the one rock and I've already used it. Like again, like the end game weapons that you pick off of the late bosses, you just don't have the stuff to upgrade them. You never do because you've upgraded it all into your basic one that you started with, or the one you're most comfortable with. A good touchstone actually that I've been playing recently that I think it could take some things from is a 2D Souls-like-ish Metroid-y kind of thing called Foregone, which I grabbed on the store because it was on sale for half price on PSN. I'd never heard of it, and it looked kind of cool. It looks a little bit like Dead Cells, that sort of look, a bit like Death's Gambit. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and the weapons aren't tied to stats. Like, there aren't stats at all. You just find better gear, kind of like you would in like a Destiny or something. So you're just finding gear and you're upgrading the gear rather than, but it's really cheap. Like you're just spending like default currency to upgrade it, not stuff. Yeah. And it means when you find that cool new weapon, you can just use it. For example, not to go off on a tangent, the reason Foregone is good is because it has a weapon class called Gunchucks. Nunchucks made of shotguns. And
I've just purchased Foregone.
Yeah,
Man.
I picked it. I was like, "What the hell are these?" And I equipped them, and I pressed square a few times. I was like, "Well, this is my guy now. I'm a gunchuck person." But yeah, it's more about the gear you've got, but you can upgrade it cheaply. Like you're not spending items on it; you're just spending currency to upgrade. That's fine. I could live with that. Or if to upgrade a sword to +10, you just have to pump some money into it. You don't have to go out and find, like you say, Jeremy, 27 blue what's-it-calls plus a red catalyst to get it to X quality. I don't want to. I don't want to do that anymore. I've done that many times. I can't be bothered. It's why I burned out on Assassin's Creed. Like, I've crouched behind a man so many times now. I've jumped off the high thing. I don't have it in me anymore. I don't think I've got Titanite shard farming in me anymore. I just don't want to do it. It's boring. Let me play the video game.
Let me ask the two of you a question, since we're talking about this. If you do something like that, where you're either upgrading weapons or you're finding new weapons that are already upgraded or whatever, like in Bloodborne, I think one of the big issues I had with that game was that anytime I found something, it was kind of worthless, right? Like there was the loot in that game wasn't very attractive. It was never only occasionally was it really fun to find something new. How do you, if you remove the upgrade materials, or if you like simplify the upgrade materials, especially in an open world game, what do you replace the loot with? Like what would you guys want to see or find? Like weapons or armor or cool stuff to equip your, Pokemon summons or whatever the hell it is. Like what cosmetic stuff? Like what do you guys think that would be valuable or interesting to find in the absence of like not needing as many upgrades?
I don't actually think you need as many pickups. Frankly, I think you could half the amount of glowing stuff you pick up off the floor, and half all that stuff, and just kind of have you found a chest. Oh, this is going to be something really cool. Like, so when you find a chest or when you find an item, it means something outside of it's just a soul item. It's just a Titanite shard. Like, they're always you make that big run through a horrible man-infested zone. Like, I can see a thing. I'm going to get that thing. And you pick it up and it's like, soul of a lost undead. Why did I waste all this time? That's just currency. Like, give me something interesting to play for. Cut the items right back. Yeah, exactly.
I've seen those.
Yeah.
I have 10 of
I
those.
don't even use them. They're so cheap. Yeah, I think you could legitimately cut down a lot of the pickups. I don't want to see it go the way of like a Destiny, where you're picking up. Oh, you found an uncommon Lothric chest plate. That one's got 8 more defense. Throw away the old one, scrap it for tin. And you can spend the tin to upgrade the... No! Cut all that away. If I find the chest plate, that's the one. That's fine. I found it. It's done. We found it now. We don't have to find the +5 version of that in the world somewhere. I genuinely think you could cut down the amount of stuff you would pick up, and it becomes more about finding it And when you find it, it's an event like, oh, look at this cool shield I found, or oh, I found this set. And then you read the lore and stuff. And I wouldn't want to have it replaced with like lore tidbits because I think I'd go crazy. I like things being presented as they are, and not to get too into Lore Town, but I kind of want to see the story presented as a story. Sorry, Sean, I know it's your whole deal. I can't do it anymore.
Well, I think you can hit a sweet spot, and I can sort of answer both other questions there. Is like, so we know from sort of interviews that Miyazaki is indicating there may be like more cutscenes, and the characters are more characters. And I think that's all a positive change. Like, you know, like it's a bit of a funny comparison I made, but like you would think when you met Seath, maybe he would have said something like, "Hey dog, I did a lot of strange things, right?" or something. But like he's just this crazy dragon who fights you, so I'm on board.
Have you ever heard of Reddit? Chosen one.
But I'm on board with
You
like
want to see my experiments?
Yeah, exactly. Let's just so I'm on board with characterizing them a bit more, and I think that'll make for a more interesting story. Just having characters along the veins of Sekiro, where they had a bit more character, as we could see with that one boss guy. He's already a douchebag, so that's that's positive to see. There's already someone who I dislike just because of how he was talking to you. But then also to Paddy's point about pickups and what Jeremy's asking about, like pickups is, I think we know that the game is going to have a lot of weapons, which I would personally like it pared down, but we know it's going to have Dark Souls 3 plus levels of weapons. So I'll get plenty of my lore things, and I'm fine with those being ephemera about the world and having the story itself and the narrative be straightforward enough, and just let me pick out like, oh, here's some weird tidbit someone might like to know that I'll eat up, but isn't necessary to understand what's happening. But then also, I think it could be interesting, since you'll have your items, and I'd like weapons, and if you have more flexibility in your build, being able to actually use items when you find cool weapons would help promote the exploration not feeling useless. And then also, if they have weapon skills out there as also like scrolls or things you pick up, just the idea, if you could pick up more things that you could realistically use, that would be cool. Because even in, Dark Souls, it was always nice to read an item description, for me at least, and get my lore bit. But if I'm picking up a staff and I'm going with my Zweihander, there was not really a point. I'd already sort of committed to doing something else. And so I think if there's generally more flexibility in the game, it sort of helps with the exploration, because then you actually are giving yourself options. And I sort of like what you're saying, Paddy. I think they will have tons of crap out there, but I think I don't really enjoy that either, because also when you have so much of it, like I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn right now, and there's like my like resources satchel, I'm having to upgrade to like 100 slots because there's so many resources. So basically I'm going around pressing triangle every other moment just to pick up whatever stupid shit that I need to do to upgrade stuff. And like it just really numbs you. Yeah, like nothing.
Triple A gaming.
Yeah, like nothing is interesting, and I don't think they'll do anything like that. But I do agree that it's like, I would rather see a chest and know that it's going to be significant than open it up like after you beat Mikolash and Bloodborne and you get some like yellow backbone so that I can chalice dive. Like, that's not fun either. It feels like, why even put it there, so.
Yeah.
Although I will say, receiving weird chalice items as rewards for beating bosses in Bloodborne did mess me up the first time. It's like, I got a yellow backbone?
Yeah.
Excuse me? I thought I cut off its tail and I got its backbone? Ugh!
Ooh, they should bring tail drops back. I would be all for some tail drops again.
Absolutely. Especially because it seems like so many people are going to have so many tails. Like, this is going to be just so many tails on all the bosses. Like, cut off the blue one to get an ice
Maybe
tail
it'll be
sword.
arms, because everyone's an arm guy now. It's all arms, isn't it? There's the guy with all the arms. Maybe you can cut off individual arms. That's probably too much to ask, isn't it? Or in the original trailer, the
I hope not. Like, if you think about it, like, Sekiro is that game. Sekiro, you just get like different arms throughout that game. That's what you do. They just need to bring that into Dark Souls.
I mean, like the original trailer, the red-headed helmet knight character lady, who appears to be the Maria of the piece. Like, she does a thing where she literally plugs an arm in. Like, is that a thing? Can we have that, please? Can you Like, can that be a thing we can do? Maybe. If you cut a guy's arm good enough, you get it and put it on. It doesn't look like it from the video, but I always thought it sounded cool when it was kind of first sort of thrown around there and posed around in the first trailer. Came out like, oh yeah, you can take arms. Like, really? That's fun.
We can always hope that Breath of the Wild 2 will let us live our arm-changing fantasies, Pad.
God, the horror.
Yeah, if I don't end up with at least 8 arms, I'm gonna be a little disappointed.
I want a whole arm satchel. I need to up. That's what I want to do. I want to upgrade my arm satchel in Elden Ring, so I can hold 10 arms at one time, and that gives me a, I don't know, plus 5% jump or something. I don't know what it does.
That's your
but I wanna upgrade
inventory.
the arm
That's your
satchel. That
inventory
sounds
because you've
good.
got more arms, so you can hold more things. I'm gonna switch out to
You
my
can hold
great
more
axe.
stuff,
Let me get
exactly,
arm
yeah.
number 7.
It's like finding more squares in Resident Evil. Every arm, you just get more squares. This is my axe arm. This is my shield arm.
I think we're on this.
I love
you
this
need a
idea.
golf
I really
caddy
do.
to go around with you to pass your arms. Number 7 arm, please, Wilkes. Thank you.
Wilkes, don't you think this is like a 3-wood arm? Wilkes, the arm guy. I love him.
Wilkes, I asked for a left, and this is clearly a right.
Clearly a right arm.
Wilkes,
Wilkes.
the
What are you
arm
doing?
caddy, is my favorite NPC.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. I was watching the Snack Covenant, and I was Sinclair and Sophie were talking about arms, and I thought it was funny that Sophie, she had gone in and verified that there were both left and right arms that were on the guy, because a lot of people were missing their right arm, and I was just like, what a weird community of people. Like, I love them, but we're such a weird group of people that we're like, okay, let's confirm. We can confirm both right and left arms are being removed.
Yeah, we've stopped getting weird about feet, and
This
now we're getting
happened
weird
with,
about arms. Yeah, we're maturing.
This happened with my Supernatural crew because the main Supernatural guy, Jensen Ackles, kept posting pictures where his right arm was missing, which led to a bunch of speculation of people like, what did he do to his right arm? And I'm like, guys, he's just holding the phone a certain way. Don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. More than happy to get away from feet and then get onto arms, though. I'm much more of an arm fetishist than I am a foot fetishist. So.
I mean, there was that cool boss from the second trailer that was just like this sort of fingers that going. That was fun. I want to know what's going on with that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Same.
like how he's blinged out. He's got like a giant purple diamond on his like one finger with like 3 rings. So it's not just he's a giant hand; he's a hand with accessories.
A really big diamond as well.
I love it.
So you know it's expensive.
There's like some weird head in the background. I as someone like one of my main draws to like a new Souls game is just the weird enemies. And I think on this level, like where Sekiro fell a little short with weirdos, I feel like Elden Ring is going to be some peak From Software designs of that derpy meets horrifying, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. That's probably one of my most exciting things to think about Elden Ring is just to find all of the weird creatures.
And I think as well, they're gonna make standard-ish looking guys cooler. I mean, we saw the, fairly basic From Software dragon that's turned up a couple times or in various incarnations, but literally catching a lightning bolt from the sky and hurling it at you is the coolest shit I think I've ever seen, and I will die to that many, many times, and I won't even care. I'm like, it's fine. I saw it. I died again. I'll just give me another. Just give me another. Keep hitting me.
Yeah, I would have to put, there's some very good designs in there, and I think I'm still those giants with the harpoons through their chest is still like way up there for me. I can't wait to harass those big boys, walk around and give them a smack.
I want to hit that bell turtle thing. That big walking turtle with a bell on it. Just
Absolutely.
ding as you go past and run away again. I don't want to fight him. I just want to annoy him.
That reminds me so much of the guy from Shadow of the Colossus that you have to put on the seam or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to go up and just ring that bell just so hard. It's gonna be so exciting.
Hit him right in his bells.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, it's true. What happens if I ring his bell? What do I get for that? Just walks around. It's I don't. Otherwise, what is the purpose? It's not like I need him to wear a bell so I'm like aware that he's approaching. He's a fucking building. It's gotta be something important.
If that bell is not a weak point, I don't know what else is.
Yeah.
And you walk past and you smash it with a hammer as you go past, and it just very slowly crosses its legs and goes, oh!
They have totally failed if that's the case.
This has been a really fun discussion with you guys about Elden Ring, and I'm glad to have this final one before y'all drop off, because I will surely be spoiling the shit out of myself and then maybe regretting it, but it's what I do. I can't help it. I have no self-control. And but thank you guys so much for coming on, talking about the gameplay trailer. Finally, I think it definitely somehow managed to live up to my expectations even after waiting 2 years. So that is a feat in of itself. But so thank you, Jeremy and Paddy, for coming on. Jeremy, where can people find you on the internet?
At JG Greer on Twitter is the best place to find me and my Supernatural podcast and my X-Men podcast and my various Souls rumblings. Go check all. Just go follow me immediately. You should be doing it already. I don't know why you aren't.
And Paddy, where can people find you?
Again, on Twitter is the best place to find me daily, which is at Paddy Stardust, which is all one word. Or if you want to see my horrific YouTube content where I put myself through these games at level 1 or whatever the equivalent may be, you can find that on YouTube. I haven't got a fun name yet because I'm not at 100 subscribers. Hint. If you search for Paddy Does a One Bro, and you will find that. I've got some fun stuff coming up once the Dragon's Dogma report is finished. I've got some. You both know what it is. I've got some fun stuff coming.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of myself.
Yeah, definitely give a follow, especially if you're enjoying the Souls stuff. It's very fun to listen to. I've caught up myself, and I look forward to seeing Bloodborne, because it's all where Paddy's at now is just all pain to the end. So
I am
All
arm
pain
deep in Chalice
all the
Dungeons,
time.
and
I love
it's bad. I am very ashamed of myself
Yeah.
on many levels of ashamed.
Well, thank you guys for coming on, and for those listening, thank you for listening, and see you for the next Elden Wait.